Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and we're going to become culturally aware today. We're going to talk about a upcoming workshop and all of this exciting things becoming more culturally aware, if I could speak today. But with us we have Sister Rosemary Rexing and Jenna Bieker Jones, and of course you both have your separate affiliations, but you're coming together to put on this community event, so we are very excited to have both of you, and we're even more excited to talk about what this event is and what people can get out of it. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, so before we kind of dive into this workshop and whatnot, will you each tell me a little bit about maybe like how you're affiliated with this event, or what you do in day-to-day efforts? Jenna's everywhere, so I can't, it's just the laundry list keeps getting bigger. But for those who may not know you, sister, is there something, like, I know you are with the Sisters of St. Benedict, but what more specifically do you do in the daily life?
I'm director of the Benedictine Hospitality Center and also the Spirituality Ministry. And hospitality, in a sense, is being welcoming to everyone. And so I took a 3-day cultural workshop called Navigating Differences from Purdue Extension and found it so wonderful, all that I learned about what really is culture. You know, it's the way we relate and communicate, and it varies from place to place, from person to person. And how do we have greater empathy and understanding so that we can appreciate differences and accept people for who they are and make this place a better place to live and grow and enjoy life? Yeah. So I was very excited to be able to share this workshop by Purdue Extension with the community.
Yes, and Jenna, I think I heard you say earlier you're friendly neighborhood social worker. is your connection. So you also have a hand in this, and you're able to bring a lot to the table. But again, this is, as Sister Rosemary kind of explained, being able to bring more substance, a deeper connection to the community.
Yeah, well, and you kind of already mentioned the laundry list, right? So I would say my primary role is a psychotherapist at Rooted Counseling and Consulting here in Jasper. I also am fortunate to do some programming at Community Corrections, so I work a lot with substance use disorder, as well as this semester I'm actually teaching 2 classes at WJ as an adjunct professor. One of them is an intro to social work, and one of them is a social problems. So we've been doing a lot of work around sociology. I actually just lectured recently about cultural awareness, so this fits in so well. And my run-in with the infamous, right, Sister Rosemary and her recent Athena Award is really related to this event was supposed to happen last fall, and I had registered, but due to all kinds of different complications, it just didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And so Sister Rosemary had emailed me and said, would you come in and we can talk about how do we advertise this? How do we make sure that we get the response that this kind of event needs? And so here we are. I said, of course, come do it in.form, right? I'm there all the time, so you should come too.
A very welcome face, of course, to the set always. And you brought a new friend, which is fantastic. Yes. So I'm very glad you guys are able to explain that a bit, because this event's a little bit different, but yet a little bit more familiar, because this is hosted by the Sisters of St. Benedict. So in that way, it is associated with an organization. But it being a standalone workshop day, it's a little bit different from what the sisters offer on daily basis. So hyping it up, per se, is super important. That's what we're here to talk about. So, Sister, I would love to hear more about what this cultural awareness workshop is and what we can kind of expect from that. And Jenna, if you have anything to add, of course, this is your event, ladies. So I'm going to let you talk about it.
It's a very interactive and fun time. If people like to enjoy learning, and learning not only with, I think, your head, but your heart, so that you really explore your own prejudice, biases, and how can you have a different view of others and yourself, learning about your own culture. You'll get a workbook, and the workbook has a wheel about all the differences. So I thought differences, sure, like race, religion, the familiar ones. Oh no, there's about 50 of these you can see on this wheel.
Yeah.
And just learning all those differences and being able to be aware of that and appreciate that when we meet other people. So it helps us to be able to communicate better, work better together, build community better. So that's my intent is to help the community through this workshop by Purdue Extension. And they have trained facilitators. They're excellent. As we all know, Purdue Extension is. So we're very excited about bringing them here for our community to do this culture awareness workshop.
Yeah. So I just wanted to build on what she was saying, I think we do a good job of noticing the differences that are apparent, right? Color of your skin, religion, maybe you're wearing some kind of religious relic that identifies you as a member of a certain religion. But there are so many things about us that are different that you cannot see, right? The way we were raised, our age, differences in our values, Like I remember going to college and I made a grilled cheese and one of my roommates is like, "What are you doing? You put butter on the outside." I'm like, "Well, I didn't," right? We learn different things based on our experiences. And one of the delightful things about the workbook is it identifies culture as shared experiences, right? There are so many things that we go through together that are the same, but there are many things that we do differently and we don't recognize. We had talked about when we were preparing for this, they have a continuum, okay? And this continuum of awareness of culture starts at denial. So the people who are like, I don't see color, I don't see differences. I understand what they're going for, but it's a complete denial and lack of appreciation of the differences that we do have. And so what this event really does is it allows you, one, to recognize your own culture, and then compare that to the culture of other people around you. What are they doing differently? Like putting butter on my grilled cheese changed my life, right? What are we doing that we can learn from others and improve our own situation?
That is a fantastic way to explain it for the feeble-minded like myself today. That is fantastic. I mean, do you have to be from a certain culture, from a certain walk of life to sign up for this event?
Absolutely not. All the better. Then it'll be a great learning experience. So that's what I'm hoping, that people will bring their friends, bring people they work with, so that we can learn together. I don't think you can ever stop understanding and learning about people and their culture.
From a therapeutic perspective, it would be very impactful for your relationships to understand how you and your loved ones, whether that be a partner or a friend or whomever, differ, and also how you're similar.
Yeah. And if you would remind me, it's happening March 20th of this year. Is that on a weekday or weekend?
It's a weekday. It's Wednesday. It starts with breakfast,
yes,
a little continental breakfast, and sure enough, a lot of coffee. So we're all awake and fired up to learn. And then the workshop is from 8 to 11:30. But as I mentioned, this is not just a sit down. You're going to be up around, you're going to be meeting people, you're going to be interacting, you're going to be learning, and it's very fun and engaging. So be prepared.
Breakfast with the sisters, it's already worth it.
Yes, and that brings me to my next point. It's going to be at the Benedictine Hospitality Center at the monastery. Is that right?
Yes. So come to the front door entrance of the monastery, and you'll have a welcome crew that'll take you to the meeting room, and where there'll be the Purdue Extension facilitators to lead us, and our workbooks and breakfasts, and enjoy the day. It's a morning.
It's a
from
morning.
8 to 11:30.
Yeah, so like a half-day workshop, you will get, I guarantee everyone's going to take something different out of it, which I think is probably one of the best parts as well. But the communal understanding, or hopeful better understanding, that everyone comes from different walks of life. Is there anything that people have to bring to this event besides maybe an open mind?
Open heart.
Yeah. I think a willingness to learn too. One thing that I think will be really valuable for attendees to bring is just this understanding that some of this work might be uncomfortable, right? It is challenging you to really look at how you view others and how you appreciate and understand differences. And so I think that there has to be a little bit of humility in there as well to understand, oh my goodness, well, I never thought about how to make a grilled cheese and how that impacts my life. But it'll be so much larger than that, right? Like how you view the people that you work with, whether it's, in your specific area, the larger division, whatever it may be, or how you operate within your family or your friend groups.
Not that it has to be said, but we're talking about differences and we're talking about beliefs and all of these things. Yes, this event is being held at the monastery, but it's not solely religion based. It is to expand your understanding, and again, just come with an open mind for those who may not be as religiously inclined, or again, we're trying to emphasize how broad and how welcoming this event is in itself.
I think that's a great point. You don't have to affiliate with any certain type of religion to attend this event.
So if anyone wants to register, maybe just themselves and a friend, how best to do that? There is a registration fee, is that right?
Yes. It's $40, and that includes the workbook by Purdue Extension, also the continental breakfast, and the full day, full morning, 8 to 11:30.
8 to 11:30. If anyone has any questions or anything leading up to the event, is there a place where they can call, email, visit, blah, 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 all that fun stuff?
They can do both. They can email hospitality@thedome.org. Or they can call the monastery number, 812-367-1411, and then put in extension 2842.
Okay. Well, ladies, is there anything else you both or either of you would like to bring up about the Cultural Awareness Workshop or anything in general? I mean, this is a very broad topic, asking people to open their minds, their hearts, hopefully their eyes a bit as well, and just really experience something different. So I know that there's a lot to bring to the table, so if there's anything you would like to say, or maybe if you want to persuade that one hesitant person, now would be the time to do so.
That's actually what I was going to say. If you're sitting at home or work or wherever you are watching this and you're thinking, is this event for me? It is. It is for you.
And it will help our community, I think, move forward.
Yes.
So our community can be more inviting for others to join here and to work here and to live here when we accept one another better and have that empathy and understanding of each other on a deeper level.
Humans want to be understood and accepted, right? That is human nature. For those of you out there that are like, I'm fine being a loner, okay. I understand where you're coming from. The research doesn't really support that. Humans are social herd creatures, and so better understanding our herd, if you will, only benefits us.
Again, if anyone wants more information on this, visit thedome.org or give the monastery a call and all of that stuff. So thank you so much for all of your fantastic energy today. And again, just looking forward to this fantastic event and to put even better people out in our community here in Du Bois County.
Yes.
And that has been your 18 WJTS in.form here, of course, on 18 WJTS TV. Make sure to register for the Cultural Awareness Workshop at thedome.org. And we are local people watching local people.